Hello viewers, it's Peter Elgar here. Now this time I'm not going to talk about photography or any funny stories about my time in the army. You can see them on my channel if you look at my channel please. This time it's more of a serious subject on medical stuff, and it's my story about life with 4 cancers. Some of these details may be a bit upsetting to people, and some clinical explanations might be a bit disturbing, so you may want to look away. But I've suffered 4 cancers. The first one was prostate cancer. Now this was when I was sitting in the doctor's surgery, and you look at these notices on the wall and all about smoking and stuff, and there's one there, it says, do you have to get up in the night to go to the toilet? I thought to myself, yeah, I've had to get up about 3 times now. And or do you have trouble going for a pee? You know, that sort of thing. No, I don't have trouble going for a pee, but I have to get up. So I saw the GP and told him this, and he said, we'll send you off for a blood test called a PSA, which is a prostate specific antigen test. So I went to the Queen's Hospital. No, it wasn't the Queen's then, it was Harold Wood Hospital, which is now a housing estate. But this was 2004, early 2004. So I went there and it came back slightly high, cause for concern. So the doctor said, oh well, you've got to have a biopsy to see what's going on. And that means up your rectum. And they snip a bit up through your rectal wall into your prostate. This is all about gentlemen's things as opposed to ladies' things. It's a bit different. So I went, and it's bloody dreadful. They put a thing up your bottom and they snip through the wall of your rectum into the prostate and take out a little bit, and then they do what I used to do when I was in the army in pathology. They cut a little bit with a microtome, look at it, stain it, look under the microscope. No, nothing there. So my PSA was 4, then it started going up to 10, 12, 16 it went up to. So in the end, my bum was so sore, after I think 5 times I had to go back. Getting towards the end of 2014 this was by this time, got fed up with it, the sore bum. They put me under general anaesthetic, and they did a much bigger biopsy, and they found I had 30% cancer on one side and 5% cancer on the other side of my prostate. So the surgeon came and told us, and he says, you can either have the prostate cut out, in which case you can have radiotherapy if it comes back, or you can have radiotherapy straight away and leave the prostate in position. But if anything goes wrong, you can't then have it cut out, because the radiotherapy fuses some of your stuff together. So I thought, oh my God. So I opted for the radical prostatectomy, had it all cut out. So January the 5th, 2005 I had that. Woke up in the hospital, tubes up my nose, cannulas in my arms, felt bloody dreadful. So I was 3 weeks with a catheter up my willy as well. Came home with my bag and my catheter up there. Oh, it was bloody dreadful. I had to have a district nurse come to see me because it got infected and blocked, and I was desperate for a pee. Oh, it was bloody dreadful, I tell you. I was wanting to go for a pee naturally, and I had this blinking tube up there. I had to suffer it for 3 weeks. Anyway, they found they cut it all out, and they cut some of my lymph nodes out. So that was my prostate cancer, and then 3 weeks later they pulled out the catheter, and I had to drink a load of water, and they said, if you can't go for a pee naturally, we've got to put the catheter back. Oh, so I drank loads of water in the hospital, and suddenly I felt I wanted to go for a pee, and I managed to go naturally. So the nurse said, oh, we'll pull it out. So she pulled it out. What a relief. But my poor penis now goes up inside the space where the prostate used to be, and sometimes I can't find it. It's got so small now It lives up inside my body where the prostate used to be, so I haven't got one. But then they found my PSA started going up higher and higher. Oh my God. So radiotherapy this time. I had to go in every day for a week or some, I forget now. It was back and forwards to the hospital, lie there, and they zap your prostate area with radiotherapy to kill off any cancer cells. But it had got into my lymph nodes, and then what they've done, the surgeon, Mr. Goodroll his name was, because later on in 2007 I discovered a lump under my arm, and we went to holiday to Austria, and it's quite painful. Now I thought myself, I'll go and see the GP. Came back and he said, oh, that's just an abscess, don't have to worry. But it wasn't an abscess. I knew from my limited experience in the Royal Army Medical Corps that was no abscess. So when I went to see my prostate checkup lady, she said, oh, we'll send you to the haematology oncology department, see Dr. Brownell. She was a nice lady. So I saw Dr. Brownell and she said, no, that's not. We'll have to investigate that. Come in for a bit of surgery. I said, I'm going to the Philippines in 2 days' time with my wife. Oh, she said, well, see us when you come back. So I went to the Philippines, and in the time I had 5 babies growing up on my clavicle here. 5 lumps going up. And oh my God, fathers, my wife had to phone England to a Filipino consultant who does breast cancer, phone her and get me arranged for a quick surgery and biopsy when I came back. There was all the letters. I kissed the ground when we landed back in the UK after nearly 10,000 miles away in all that heat, mosquitoes and big lumps on my clavicle. Rushed me in, did a biopsy, found out it was Non-Hodgkins lymphoma, which is a type of leukemia, blood disease, cancer. So I had to suffer chemotherapy, and they put me in every day. Then you have a break, then you have to go back again after another week and have another lot. It went on for several months, but Dr. Brownell was so pleased with my results that she cut out some of my chemotherapy sessions. All my hair fell out, eyebrows fell out, every hair down below, it all fell out. I went completely bald. The only thing that I didn't like about the chemotherapy was one thing. I had mouth ulcers. That was towards the end. I developed that sore mouth. I had no other. They gave me anti-sickness pills. I said, well, I don't need to take them. I wasn't sick. And I had steroid injections. Anyway, all this chemotherapy. I went back and back with blood tests, and then she said, oh, you're cured. I said, thank God for that. And then I found I had a little sore spot on my head come up. And I thought, what's that? So when I used to go to the barbers, I said, what's that? He said, I thought maybe you banged yourself. And then that was going on. And then in the meantime, I had a test come round for a gentleman over 70 for bowel cancer. And they send you a kit. So you have to give them a sample of your poo and send it off, and it came back cause for concern. There's blood there. I used to do occult blood in the army. It put benzodrine in. If it's blood in your poo, it goes bright blue. That's right. It can detect it, a minute amount of blood, even though you can't see it. But when you look in the toilet, it's red, a bit of red coming out, blood. So I thought, oh my God, fathers, cause for concern. So I had a test for that, and that was at Basal Hospital. And then I was diagnosed in the end with, after loads of colonoscopies, found they couldn't find anything, and that was dreadful. Lots of colonoscopy, no, nothing there. Then the last one I had, they found a polyp, so they cut that out. I thought, oh, thank God for that. But no, I still got this trouble, and in the end I had to have another sigmoidoscopy, I think it was, and they found I had cancer in my lower rectum, up the higher bit of the rectum. That's where it joins the large colon, up the end of it. I got rectal cancer. And that was diagnosed in 2018. And I had to wait weeks and weeks. That was stage 2 they found it was. And then when I finally did it last year, June the 1st, it had gone up to stage 3. So I woke up in the hospital, I had tube up my nose, I had going right down into my throat, I had cannulas in all my arms. This is another story, another cannula there, look, in my veins. Good job I wasn't a junkie, but I don't know how they can do it. So many injections into your veins, it wears your veins out. But I had loads of stuff, I had another blasted thing up my willy again with the bag. Oh, I felt dreadful. What a Father's Day that was. I was in hospital 3 weeks. No food for 2 weeks. Liquid only. I lost a stone in weight. They finally said, well, I had a stoma bag fitted. That's right. Blasted thing over my small intestine. It's called an ileostomy. And they pull out a little bit of your intestine, like a thumb thing. It sticks out of your belly down below, and there's a hole in that, and then all your effluent, undigested food, which turns into feces, comes out of there. But of course it doesn't go through the large bowel, so it's not completely feces. It doesn't smell like poo, but if I had fish cakes or fish and chips, I could smell it when it comes out. So I'm going to show you my stoma now. It's been there over a year now. Look, it's fitted to my belly there. And there's some black stuff in the bottom. Look, I haven't emptied that. That's the effluent. And inside of me, the red thing, that's my stoma. Bit of my ileum sticking out there. And some effluent around it. I deliberately didn't empty that just to show you all the details. I did warn you, there's no violence in this video, and there's no scenes of a sexual nature, but there are some things that people of a nervous disposition might not want to watch. So now I've got rectal cancer. That was cut out, and the surgeon said, oh, it's very successful, and they finally let me have food, and that was a relief because I had to go up. I couldn't get out of the bed unless I took my catheter bag with me and wheel my drip on. Oh, it's drip. I had to do a pee in a bottle all the time. Of course, never used my bum anymore. It wasn't connected. Everything came out in my stoma bag. So the nurse would come round and I'd lie in the bed and she'd empty that every so often. So now I'm stuck with that. I've had it over a year and they're going to try to reverse it. Now I'm on a diet. You're not allowed lots of things which are high fibre. If you have cucumbers, you've got to have the skin peeled off your cucumber. You can't have cucumber skin. Even the humble potato, it's only a small one, but if you have jacket potatoes, you mustn't eat the skin of potatoes. You mustn't eat peas. I've got mushy peas from Aldi's supermarket. That's quite cheap. Mushy peas I can have because they're mashed. But ordinary peas, no. Oh, and sweet corn, you mustn't have that. It doesn't get digested. No mushrooms, no nuts, and broccoli. Now that's going a bit green. I haven't cooked it yet, but this hard stem of the broccoli, you mustn't have that. Anything like pineapple, you're not allowed pineapple. I used to love pineapple. I've never tasted mushrooms, and I've not had baked beans. I've not tasted them for a year. I wasn't too keen on sweet corn anyway, but when I have slipped up and had something with sweet corn in, it's true, it comes out through the stoma into your effluent. Little bits of sweet corn. It doesn't get digested. I'm still losing weight because the stoma is so active, the food is not getting digested, and I have to keep emptying the blasted thing. And the National Health Service send me a box of these bags, and they're cut to size now. There's one of mine with a hole in it, cut to size, and you have to seal it up, fold it over 4 times here, put it on some Velcro, and then you have to peel off your old bag. And if you can't peel it off, you've got a kit in a bag here. You've got spray to spray on it because it's sticky. You've got some scissors. You've got a belt. You've got a key to get into the disabled toilets in the high street. My key's in my other coat. That's my spray. The pot, special pot now. I can put water in there and I can wash out my stoma, because sometimes it's so sticky it clings. I have to wash it out. Some wipes. I cut them in half. You have one dry one to wipe it around, then one wet one to clean it off, and then one dry one, again half of it to wipe it. Got to do that every time you change your stoma. And then if you have a shower, you can have a shower. I stand in the bath in the morning if I have a shower and hope that not much comes out, because it comes out all drips onto the bath. Oh my God, if my wife knew I'm dripping bits of nasty in the bath, I get told off. But I have a shower and only a couple of times little bits have dripped out and I wash it down quickly with the hose. I try and time it when the stoma is not active. And then they provide you with disposable bags to put it in. So I hang that in the bathroom and put my old stoma in there and all the nasty bits that I've wiped it with. And I said, well, told the nurse, what do I do? She said, well, just throw it away in the ordinary disposal place. It's not recyclable. Anyway, about this thing on my head, I had that for a couple of years. Then my boy said, what's that pimple on your cheek there, son? I said, I don't know. Daddy said, I thought it's a funny pimple come up. So I thought, oh my God, I had that checked out. So dermatology clinic. Went to the dermatology clinic. He had a look and he says, oh, that one's definitely cancer, he says, and that one on there looks, he said, I'll have a look at your back here. Yes, there's something there and there's something lower down. Oh my God, I thought I'm going rotten. So they sent me to Basal hospital, and the 2 here they did while I waited. They cut it out under general local anaesthetic. I cut one off there and one down there, and I didn't mind. Having been in the medical corps, doesn't faze me. I quite enjoyed that. And then months and months went by, and this thing up my head grew like a wart. And I kept waiting and waiting. I got fed up with waiting. I had to phone them up. What's about this one? It was a basal cell carcinoma, same as this pimple was. And they said, oh, you've got to have plastic surgery for that one. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have something cut off my leg and a bit of skin grafted across there. Dreadful. But they finally gave me a date last year, and I went in the middle of all my other cancer stuff. I had my basal cell carcinomas dealt with. They finally did it. When I got to the operating table, the surgeon says, oh no, we don't need to do plastic surgery. I can do that, no problem. And he cut it all out and sutured it all up. And then this one, he cut that out. He cut that quite deep. It was only like a pimple, but he cut it right deep. And there's a little bit of a scar there. So I had a dressing there and a huge dressing on the top of my head. But I still went to my Brentwood Photographic Club dinner. That was December, that's right, last year. We all things stuck on my head. Wasn't going to miss that. So that was 1, 2, 3. That'd be 4 cancers. Yeah, that's it. Prostate, Non-Hodgkins lymphoma, basal cell carcinoma, and my rectal cancer. So now the rectal cancer is affecting my kidneys because the stoma output's so great. And I'm not allowed all the goodies. I've got to take vitamin pills, 1 a day, and try and drink more water. And then I'm under the kidney doctor now because my kidney function, my urea, sodium and potassium and creatinine all wrong. So I've had, this is my cannula from today in my arm when they've put another endoscope up my bum to try to widen my rectum before they can do a reversal of the stoma. That's twice I've been, and they put a little balloon up there and try and puff it up with CO2, but unfortunately, again, the second time, not successful because the anastomosis is like a stricture and it's bent down. Whether the surgeon who did that had done that, I don't know. But that's a bit suspicious. They can't widen my rectum anymore to join it together again. I've got to have more surgical procedures and possibly a barium enema when they can do squirt some barium up you. That's not painful, luckily. And then they can x-ray that barium and see where all the fluid goes and where the joins are and where there isn't a join, all that business. Then I'm due a colonoscopy sometime, but if it's not joined up, they won't be able to get another endoscope right round my gut, will they? So I'm still going. I'm fed up with this blasted stoma, but I'm hoping I've explained a bit about living with cancer, and don't make you too scared, because if it's like me, keep your mind active, go out for your walk like I do with my old cameras and my out-of-date film, and keep your mind active, take your mind off of it. So thanks for watching, and I'll try and do another photography one and something which is a bit funny in the future. Thanks for watching for now, folks. Bye bye.